I will share my screen for a really brief introduction of the agenda. As you know, we have 4 programs in biology, bioengineering, and here they are. Of course, I will be presenting all of them separately in a minute. But before that, briefly about my German university, which is a database where you can find English to study programs in Germany. The database that you see is a demo version right now on the left side of the slide. And if you open the whole study finder, you have lots of filters which will save your time and help you to find the desired program according to the input you already have. For example, you might already have the IELTS or TOEFL scores. Maybe you are specifically searching for programs that require work experience or do not require. So all of that can be filtered in the study finder, and it's really user friendly. You can even favor some programs so that you can check updates about them already in your dashboard, so to say. We also have articles that are comprehensive, include lots of information about different topics. There are country-specific articles about visa, scholarship, and so on. So I will be sharing them a lot today as well. And of course, our webinars where we try to stay connected and interactive with you and answering your questions live. And of course, our team, very international from different countries. And of course, Germany unites us in terms of the experience of living and studying here. And then we are happy to share this international and German experience with you. And then maybe you can already start your journey as well. All right, as mentioned, first, Professor Dr. Arne Nolte will be talking about Masters in Biology program. All the time, you see the special program features and the location on the slide, but all professors and all guests have better presentations than I do, and I right away give the floor to them. Professor Nolte, you can start sharing.
Okay, so my name is Arne Nolte. I'm representing the Masters in Biology program at the 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘯𝘨 University in Oldenburg. And we would like to invite students to study biology from an integrative perspective at the University of Oldenburg. So biology is not an isolated discipline. It contains many subdisciplines. And if you look at the slide, we think that we can represent all of these aspects, and all of them give the flavor of the study in biology in the city of Oldenburg, or at the University of Oldenburg. The study program, Master in Biology, is primarily carried by the Institute of Biology and Environmental Sciences. And here you see a screenshot of the web page of the university. You can explore that web page and see what study groups we have. And you see one key focus at our institute, and that is to find the connections between genes and senses to ecosystems. So we span a wide range of different levels that we look at that should be interesting to many students of biology. Another very involved institute in our study program is the Department of Neuroscience, with a focus on neuroscience, of course. And they complement this organismal perspective on biology with in-depth studies on neuroscience. And that's a strength in Oldenburg. So how would your course of studies begin? Basically, you would start as anywhere with an introductory week. And as an introduction for you, as those interested in our program, you can first look at the website for the Master of Biology, and you see the link here. And once you enter the study program, you would find a dedicated web space, an intranet online resource with a lot of information that would help you to develop your curriculum and to orient once you have arrived in Oldenburg. And settling in Oldenburg is something that is also supported a lot by our very active student body. which helps to organize an orientation week. So once you arrive at the University of Oldenburg, there's really a program to guide you into the study program, and this is supported by the teaching body as well as the student body. And you may as well have a glance at the homepage of the student body, for which you find the link here, and they already provide some information on studying in Oldenburg as well. So what are key things that we offer for somebody who wants to get into studying in Oldenburg? Well, we do realize that with international students starting in Oldenburg, not everybody brings the same level of skills. So we have mandatory lab safety instructions, which introduce you to some aspects in the lab. We have sessions on planning your curriculum, where we basically guide you into the things we offer and help you to choose. And we also, if somebody comes from a related field and doesn't have any lab experience, we have optional lab introduction courses. You don't get credits for this, but you get an intense course that brings you up to speed to be able to participate in some courses for which you get credits. So it's a compact course, 1 week of intense lab skills where you learn things that are just required in some of the master's courses that we teach. So that's part of our introductory program, and one of the features that we offer for students from anywhere is that we have a mentoring program where every student who starts is assigned to a mentor, and there are regular meetings twice per semester just to touch base, to ask how things are going. This is not necessarily meant to guide people into a specific field. It's more to have a connection with the teaching body from the beginning of your studies onwards. And the contact is established automatically, so this is something nobody can dodge. Basically, you're part of this program, and this helps to develop a student-teacher relationship. When we look at our program a little bit in a little bit more depth, you see that you have to obtain, or the study plan is to obtain 120 credit points in 4 semesters. And these 120 credit points are composed from different types of modules that are called background modules, research modules, then your thesis module, and they can be complemented with elective studies and so-called skills modules. And you see the numbers of credit points that you're supposed to obtain in these different fields written on this slide. So basically, you are very free to choose, but you have to choose certain different types of modules that are composed as seen here. To explain a little bit more the structure of the modules, it's important to know that our semester is separated into blocks, and then within each of these blocks, the background modules are the big chunks that are taking place from Monday through Thursday and Friday mornings, and skills modules are taking place in the afternoon or late in the afternoon or Friday afternoon. And then an extra type of module are the so-called research modules, which are small research projects that are arranged and agreed on individually between students and teachers. So they are basically designed for people to participate in active research and get to know a study group or a study system or a certain lab technique in more detail. Here you see a screenshot of the modules that are part of the Master of Science in Biology. I cannot go into these in all depth, but you see there's a wide range of modules, and they are arranged in different halves of the semesters that are seen here as the different columns in this table. So basically you can choose a study path and have something to do in the winter and in the summer semester. although you have to consider which ones fit depending on your interest, of course. But basically, as part of the introductory week and part of discussing with your mentor, we help you to assemble and to decide which program and which path through this you may want to follow. A special type of module that I've already mentioned is the research module. So the research modules as such are not announced online specifically, but the idea is that you contact leaders of research groups and ask for problems or ask them to develop a research module depending on what your interests are. Maybe you find you would like to learn a certain technique in the lab, you could approach somebody. So you have to be, as students, you have to be proactive, but this also gives you a lot of freedom to develop something and to participate actively into developing your agenda. And if you have trouble finding or developing this, this is one of the skills that we want to convey. And you can ask your mentor for advice on finding your way through this. There is an interesting session in the introductory week where this is just to show you that it's quite a big list of presentations where all different research groups in the fields of neuroscience, biology, and landscape ecology, which are related master's programs, they all present themselves, the groups, and you as biology students are free to choose study groups in neuroscience, biology, and landscape ecology, which dramatically widens the possibilities you have to perform research and get credit for this within the master's in biology program. So there are quite a few groups for you to get to know and to choose from if you want to develop your agenda besides the program that you have to follow. One special type of module are the so-called excursions, which teach field methods in biology, in botany, in ecology, and zoology. And not all excursions go to tropical islands. It happens that we go to tropical areas. Some are nearby within Europe, some go a little bit further, but the goal here is to have an exposition to working in the field as a biologist. There are some excursions oriented towards different organismal groups. Some are terrestrial groups, some are marine groups. So we have all biological groups and areas and ecosystems covered. And there are excursions for you to participate if you want to do that. Then there's a nice feature that you can study 30 credit points of free choice. You can participate in modules from landscape ecology, neurobiology, marine sciences, other master's programs. You can also do research visits abroad, and we're very free and permissive in this. The only request we have is that you talk to the head of the examination committee before you do this and tell that you would like to do it, and then you will always get an okay for that. But the requirement is that you talk to somebody to make sure it's not totally inappropriate. But according to my understanding, this has not happened in recent years. So we are usually okay with you to import teaching credits from other programs. Then finally, I want to highlight that with the breadth of research topics that are represented at our university, we offer specialization profiles. At the end, the degree you get will be a master in biology, but you can have a focus on neurosensory or molecular biology. You can focus on marine biology, on ornithology, on biodiversity, ecology, and evolution. And you can have a focus on animals and plants. So we are indeed very broad. And we would like to, at this point, invite you to look at the homepage of our university and get further information and find out if you're interested in studying at the University of Oldenburg. with this, I want to conclude and leave it here, and I would be happy to answer questions in the chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Nolte, for the details and for presenting the program. There are indeed questions for you as well, so you're welcome to check that out when you have time in the Q&A. All right, thank you. And now I will share my screen and give the virtual mic to Professor Dr. Christopher Volk, who will be talking about bachelor's level program in applied biology from Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg.
Everybody, my name is Christopher Volk. I'm teaching developmental biology and human biology at Bonn-Rhein-Sieg University of Applied Sciences, and I would like to introduce our bachelor program in applied biology in the next 15 minutes, and also our university. So first of all, where are we? Bonn-Rhein-Sieg University is located in the western part of Germany, in the Rhineland, close to the city of Bonn, which was also the former capital of Germany. As until 30 years ago, the government moved to Berlin. We're located in a quite beautiful landscape, I would say, close to the River Rhine, with a lot of castles on the hills, and also Bonn, as it was the former capital, has a lot of cultural things, international institutions, and also the region is very famous for the carnival. Our university is a quite young university, founded 30 years ago, so this year we'll have the 30th anniversary. It is located on 3 campuses. It started as a quite small university, but has continuously grown. So now we offer 39 different study programs in 5 different faculties. We have approximately 10,000 students at the moment, more than 1,000 employees, and quite a lot of partner universities all over the world. Yeah, as I said, we are located in 3 campuses, both flanking the River Rhine on both sides. So the biggest one is in St. Augustine. Also, the administration is located here, but we are located in the city of Rheinbach, which is approximately 15 kilometers away from Bonn, and there's a third small one at Hennef. However, the natural science department is located here in Rheinbach, so if you would come to us, you would not have to travel between the different campuses. You would have all your teachings here with us in Rheinbach. Yeah, you see our campus, I would say quite nice campus with this nice lake where the students also like to sit in summer. The campus Rheinbach, on the one side has the Department of Natural Sciences, but also the business department. In the FU, you see the main building of the Natural Sciences. This shows the main, the library and the Mensa, and we have an additional building, the lab building for the biology, which is especially for the biology, and we have very, I would say, very well-equipped modern labs, which allows you to work with the most advanced techniques, basically. Yeah, in total, our department offers 6 study programs, 3 bachelor programs, 3 master programs, but I will now talk about the applied biology program, the program completely given in English. And in addition, there is also a master in biomedical sciences, which is designed for students who would like to stay with us. Then they would be able to continue a master program also here in Rheinbach. Yeah, what is specific, or why do we call this applied biology? Maybe the difference to, let's say, a traditional classical biology program is that we do not teach traditional topics like zoology or botany, but we focus more on, we think, modern aspects like molecular biology, cell biology, immunology, microbiology. So it's mainly a lab-based program, and we think that this gives the students a good education as well for a career industry, but also later in science. Yeah, and we have a strong focus on practical training, on lab training. So we work in small lab groups. I also try really to teach the students to work with all the different techniques so that they are, when they finish the program, able to more or less independently work in a lab and continue with science and study. We do this in small groups, so we also have some focus on communication skills and social skills. And also, since we are a University of Applied Science, we try to integrate external lecturers from companies from the region, which then also give lectures and courses, so that also there is a kind of connection to the industry, which also, of course, may give a hint on later career paths. Yeah? This shows a curriculum. So it's a 6-semester bachelor program. It In total, we have 180 credits, so 30 credits in each semester. As you see in the beginning, we start with, let's say, basic things like maths, physics, chemistry, but more and more then we get the more specific biology courses during the program. And especially in the last 2 semesters, 5, or in the last 2 teaching semesters, 4 and 5, we also have more and more elective courses so that the students are able to choose from different courses depending on their specific interests, and so that they may already then give a kind of focus to their later career. And finally, in the 6th semester, this is for the bachelor thesis. So this includes a 3 months practical training where you usually work in any lab groups, get a small project which you have to work by yourself, and then based on this you write the thesis, which is then in the end you defend this in the colloquium, and with this you would finish the bachelor program. Yeah, it's an international program. So as I said, the teaching is completely in English, so you would not need any German to follow our study program, which is very common in the master program in Germany, but not so much in the bachelor. On the bachelor levels, we accept 140 students per year, and the students are come from basically from all regions. So approximately half, I would say, half of students are German students. Maybe in the recent years, this has even become less, and the rest of the students come partly from other European countries, but also from all over the world, Africa, the Middle East, also India and Pakistan. Basically, we have students from the world. Yeah. We also, of course, support international students. So there is the international office, which helps with visa issues, with housings, with all this official stuff. We have the language center, which offers intercultural training, specific language courses, if students would like. So although German is not mandatory, we also offer the option to learn German here with us. And international students get assigned to what we call a study buddy. Study buddy is a student from a higher semester, which is already familiar to our system, and the study buddies then help you with all the things like housing, official things, getting familiar with the facilities, and so on and so forth. Yeah. In addition, we have what we call a mobility window on the 3rd year of the study program. So in that, we also have the option to go abroad for 1 or 2 semesters to one of our partner universities. And then you would, yeah, we have partner universities basically all over Europe, but also in some countries outside of Europe. And the students would go there for 1 or 2 semesters and would not lose time. They would accept the courses as equivalent to ours if you follow our selections. And also for some universities, we have what we call double degree programs. So in this case, you would have the option, of course it's only optional, to go for 1 year to the partner university, and then you would do the thesis there, and in the end you would get the degree of the partner university and our degree. This is why it's called a double degree, without loss of time, which is I would say, quite attractive program. Yeah, so associated to our department, we also have some research institutes, which may be relevant, especially at the end of your study program when you're looking for projects, for thesis. So you're basically have to organize this by yourself. You're free to go to any lab, also outside of our university, to do a project, but we focus our research activity in several research institutes. 3 are connected to our department, especially for the biologists. Most likely the IFCA would be the most relevant one, the Institute for Functional Gene Analysis, which has a strong focus on molecular biology and identifying sequence variants, and also functionally analyze them, and also a specific focus on pathological variants of genes. Yeah. In addition, there's the ISF, which has a strong focus on general analytic techniques, but also bioanalytic techniques, and the TRI, which is focused on renewable materials, sustainable stuff, and all these offer projects for theses and also for further research. So also, if you would like to stay with us and do the master, after the master, there's also even the option to do a PhD at one of these research institutes. Okay, maybe some organizational things. So our program only starts in winter terms with, as I said, 140 students. It starts usually in the last 2 weeks in September, where we have some the so-called introductory weeks, which include safety instruction, specific introductions in our facilities, the library, and so on, especially also for international students to get familiar to our systems, which may be different than the system in your home country. The real lecture period then starts 2 weeks later, usually during the first week of October. Winter term is 15 weeks, interrupted by a 2-week Christmas break, so that usually then the teaching ends at the end of September, which is then followed by a 2-week examination period. And then the summer terms teaching starts usually in the first week of April, 14 weeks, which means that we usually finish middle of July. And again, this then is followed by a 2 weeks examination period. Yeah, maybe a few weeks on money. So we don't have tuition fees, which of course is very general in German public universities. What we have is what we call a semester contribution of approximately 315 euro at present, but this also includes then cheap meals in the Mensa, and will also include free transportation throughout the whole North Rhine-Westphalia, so that you can travel. For instance, if you stay in Bonn and travel with us with the public transport, this would be completely for free. So this is all included in this semester contribution. Okay, yeah, thank you for listening. You would find more information at our website. Also, all the modalities of application and admission would be explained here in some detail. And I'm, of course, also happy to answer your question in the Q&A session.
Thank you very much to you too, Professor Volk, for the details and for sharing the program structure, etc. There are some questions in Q&A for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, I will share my screen, since now it's time for my master in biotechnology. I apologize for the typo here. And 𝘱𝘢𝘳𝘵𝘯𝘪𝘯𝘨 will be presenting. She even has a colleague with her today. And we are then moving to Offenburg University of Applied Sciences for another exciting program. I stop the screen share, and you're welcome to start.
So, sorry, I was muted. Can you see my screen now? Okay,
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah, so as you said, I'm not alone, fortunately, because Professor Zell is head of our biotechnology program, and so she will present you more details about the master's degree. But I will start with some general information about our university. Please, it's Offenburg, and we had on the first time we had Oldenburg, which, well, it's very near, very close from the name, but we are in a different area, and it's not working. Oh, I cannot go forward. Yeah. So we are in the south of Germany, not in the north of Germany. In the warmest region of Germany, even if you wouldn't believe me if you look outside today, because it's raining and windy and cold. But normally, yeah, it's really warm here, very nice weather. And we are located near to France, about 30 kilometers to Strasbourg, which is maybe known for the European Parliament, and very close to Switzerland also, which is about 60 kilometers from here. So here you can see better where we are, in the south of Germany. So you have the possibility to travel a lot if you are here. Go to Italy, go to France, even Spain is not that far away. And so, yeah, gives you a lot of possibilities around Offenburg and furthermore. Offenburg is situated in Baden-Württemberg. So that's the name of our region, and it's one of Germany's strongest economic region. You find some names here of our enterprises companies, which are all global players, maybe not known, but very important and interesting companies that may give you the possibility also to work there or do your thesis if you want to. The Black Forest, well, it's known for this hat, which is only seen on festivities sometimes, cultural festivities, but not in the normal life. But we have the Black Forest here, so some mountains. They are not very high, but gives you the possibility for hiking, doing some bike tours or whatever you want. This is a picture of Offenburg. This is the famous Black Forest cake. And yes, as Bonn, we also have Carnival, but it's not called Carnival here. It's called Fasnet, and it's completely different. As you can see here with the masks, it's much more traditional here in the south. Okay, some insights about our university. So we have about 3,800 students, 24 master's degrees, and six English taught master degrees, and one trinational, France, Switzerland, and Germany, which could be interesting for you. The international students make 13% of our students, which is good, but could be more. Yes, and we were founded in 1964, so we celebrated our 60 years foundation last year. And which could be also interesting for you is that we have a lot of research. We are one of the strongest research universities in Baden-Württemberg. We are at the moment at the 3rd place, as I know. And yeah, the last research institute was founded just some months ago in the Department of Process Engineering. So that was just a few words about our university, and I would like to hand over to Professor Zell.
Okay, thank you, Vera. It's up to me now as head of the program Biotechnology. And next slide, please. Let's directly dive into the program details. Yes, what is special about the master program Biotechnology at our university? The first thing to mention is that it is a dual location program. That means it's a joint degree program. It is offered together with the University of 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨 in Olsztyn. This is a town in Poland. And after completion of the studies, you will earn a double degree. And I think this gives you the opportunity to have a good career in international companies in Germany or in different countries. Okay, next slide, please. The first semester of the Master Biotechnology will be in Offenburg in the winter semester, and then you will move to Olsztyn in Poland for the second semester, and the third semester is dedicated to the master thesis, and it's up to you. You can decide whether you want to do your master thesis in Offenburg or in Olsztyn in Poland. It's up to you. Okay, let's go to some details of the program. First of all, the focus of the different universities and the different semesters. The first semester in Offenburg has a focus on bioeconomy and industrial biotechnology. The semester in Poland, in Olsztyn, at the University of 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘳𝘃 is about biotechnology in environmental sciences. And the third semester, as I already mentioned, is the master thesis. Some more details about the different semesters at the different universities. In Offenburg, the semester comprises of 4 modules in total. The first module, called Biotechnological Processes from Lab to Market, is supposed to be a kind of a key module. It's a key of biotechnology, of course, and you will learn about biotechnological processes from the first idea and up to the processes itself, theoretically as well as practically, and finally how to bring the products to the market. The second module is about safety and control in biotechnology. You will have courses like process control engineering or safety aspects in biotechnology. The third module is a specialization in bioeconomy. That means it's all about sustainable processes. And you have courses like bio-based industries or renewable energy conversions. And last not least, it is completed by a module called complementary subjects. And these are interdisciplinary courses. You will have an insight into bioethics, for example, and you will learn or experience intercultural aspects, and you will learn intercultural competences, and you will have the possibility to get additional language skills. Next slide, please. Yeah, the second semester in Olsztyn completes the idea of bioeconomy, sustainability. As you can see here, you will have modules like biorefineries or bioproducts from waste materials, but you will also have insights into molecular biology aspects like enzyme technology or bioinformatics. University of 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨 has also an expertise in food biotechnology. So you will also have the opportunities to have electives in food biotechnology, and also complementary subjects like writing scientific papers or design thinking. Yeah, the program at a glance. You will earn a Master of Science after completion of the program. The language of instruction is English. The duration is 3 semesters. The beginning of the study program depends on whether you plan to attend an intensive German course. Then you will start at September, or if not, you will start in October in the next winter semester. Totally, you will earn 90 credits. Okay, some words about application and tuition fees. The application deadline is the 15th of July. The application requirements are a bachelor degree in biotechnology, bioprocess engineering, or related fields. It's important to mention that if your bachelor degree has less than 210 credits, that equals in general 7 semester study courses, you have to earn additional 30 credits. In those cases, we offer normally scientific projects or some other options. Yeah, you need English level B2 or equivalent. And what's also important, unfortunately, for the tuition fees is depending on whether you are living in or you're a citizen of the European Union or not. You have to pay additional tuition fees of 1,500 euros. Yes, I think with this information, I hand over to Vera again. Thank you very much for your attention.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to add that the online application is open to the 15th of July, but for international students coming from outside the European Union, It closes on the 31st of March because we want to treat your applications as soon as possible and give you the possibility to have the visa for September if you want to join us in September or in October. And as it takes in some countries really a long time to get an appointment for the visa, we close on 31st of March. So if you want to apply, you have still 2 months and a half. I just wanted to add some examples of our support services for international students. So we also assist you in finding accommodations. We have student houses here and we have private accommodations also. So in case you need assistance, normally all of the international students need some, we will help you to find some. We provide you a senior buddy who is going to orientate you just before arrival. He will pick you up at the station, sometimes even at the airport. And so you have really individual support. Even when you are starting your studies, every international master program has its own coordinator, and we have very small groups. We take 24 students per program each year. Ms. Zell also already mentioned that we have a German summer language course. If you want to learn German or if you want to deepen your German language skills just before arrival, then you're welcome to join us in September already. And you can still go on with your German courses during the semester. We also have a cultural program, so we are doing excursions with you, get-togethers. We have a World Cafe and some sports. Yeah, we are doing also job application trainings, and our relations with the enterprise and the companies and the surroundings are very close. So sometimes we are going also to visit some companies nearby. How much will it cost to come to us? So the accommodation at the moment is about 350 to 550 euro per month. Health insurance, 108 euro per month. Liability insurance, you have to pay fees for the university. And well, this means that you have to calculate around 992 euros, so 1,000 euro per month. Well, that's all. This is just to conclude. So we have 6 English taught programs. We teach in small groups. You can have intercultural experience with the other students, and we're trying to help you with this. We have a lot of services for you and excellent career opportunities in the surroundings. Okay, thank you for your attention.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vera. Thank you very much, Professor Zell, for the presentation and for sharing important details. Now, last but not least, I would like to give the virtual mic to Katja Krebs-Ali, who will be talking about MBA Life Science Management from Berlin. So I just think Berlin needs a big introduction, so I just give it to her.
Well, thank you very much, Nino, and thank you everyone who has spoken beforehand. It's always nice to see and hear other universities around Germany, what programs are offered. And let's delve into more the northern part of Germany now, Berlin, the capital. As to say, I don't think I need to say as much about the capital itself, but obviously HDW Berlin is located in one of the most interesting multifaceted capitals in the world. And it has a very international flair, high standards, but still living costs are quite affordable, and it offers a broad range of free time activities. And a lot of professionals actually choose to come to Berlin and to study here. So I would like to welcome you just within the next 10 to 15 minutes, just to, I know it's late maybe or very early in your country, just to listen to a different type of program from our university as well that has been developed from a state university with a lot of historical background, but at the same time looking into what the pharma, biotech, medtech industry is requiring. I'm program manager of this program. Feel free to contact me on LinkedIn, over email, and discuss further. I do speak 4 or 5 languages, but we try and stick to English. Please do so. Very quickly, just to HDW Berlin, besides its beautiful location, and as you see, our campus is situated close to the water where you can study. We have a very old campus, a very historical campus as well, with over 70 programs, a lot of international students. You will always find connection to the German students as well as internationally. And what we're different about is, which is might not known as much in Germany, you've got 2 types of university. Rather university where it's more theory-based, where you want to work into becoming a doctor, professorship, or University of Applied Sciences. And University of Applied Sciences, as we are, we're very practice-orientated. We're very well connected to the industry. So you can use the university here as a stepping stone into many companies, because this is what they're requiring. They're asking for you to arrive at work and being able to work straight away and not only have the knowledge out of books. So let's start with our program. I think you might not have seen this combination before. So before I delve into what the details are, the professors, the founders of the program, have a very strong life science engineering background, coming either from chemistry, biology, biotech, and all have over 20 years of experience in the industry. And they have said, you know what is missing is this management part. Yes, as a scientist, you can study MBA, but usually they're so broad and there's so many modules like regulatory affairs that are not part of the program. So they have decided with the industry to create a program that is combining the management style, management content that is required in this special area, as well as the scientific part. So it really includes, if you look at it, a combination of, it's very unique in that sense. So we have doctors coming to us who have been in the research for many years, but wanting to go into a rather management position. We have already businesses coming to us and management positions who go into a higher level. We have got also biotech bachelor students. It's a very big mix of different backgrounds, also some with masters of biotechnology, and they're seeking to go internationally. They're seeking to go into senior positions and therefore coming to us. So why I'm saying here as a bullet point, professional life science focus throughout, is in the University of Applied Sciences, this program is a combination, amalgamation of 2 areas, science and management. And why we're saying professional life science focus is that from the very first semester, you are being taught by tutors, lecturers from the industry and professors who have been many years in the industry. So you will have, for strategic marketing and life sciences, you will have senior managers from an agency. When it comes to looking into law, then you got specific lawyers who are lecturing you, working with the life science industry. You've got in regulatory affairs a lecturer who is actually working as a head of an association, as an example, etc., etc. So you will have CEOs, managers, senior level lecturers who are teaching you throughout your studies and giving you already the link to the management side. It's very transdisciplinary and practice orientated. So you write in your third semester with a company from the life science industry your master thesis. Most likely you will be, and we support for you to go into an internship, adding to your CV, in which area it might be within the life sciences field. You will have case studies, you will have career talks, you will have, so you really have throughout your studies always straight away the link to the industry itself. And then Berlin, obviously, it's a great place not only to be in personally, but it's also a life science hotspot, also Berlin. We have Takeda here, we have Bayer, we have different multinationals, as well as a very strong SME environment. But who is actually wanting to study this program? Within these many years now, where we always select a handful, 25 student maximum for our program, they come from different backgrounds. Engineering, natural scientists, sometimes from KPMG, business managers who are working specifically in the field, require some science background, or similar professionals. We also had lawyers from Columbia joining us. From Korea, she was working for the health insurance, and she was coming just to Germany to understand broader mindset within management and engineering. You should have at least 1 year of work experience, preferably 3 years of work experience in the field. If you've been working in a lab, if you've been working in a startup, if you've been working in a multinational. So we've got a lot of applications, and this is definitely a basis for it, as we believe that the different professionals coming from different countries and backgrounds obviously also get together, not only maybe to start up a company, but they really enrich the program by bringing their own knowledge to the program. It's fully taught in English. It's great to have a German level as well, especially when you live and study in Germany. What we understand is throughout your life, taking 1.5 years of your life is a big decision, also investing into your studies and your career. So we always have talks, career talks beforehand online, where we can look at your CV, academic and work background, and see what might be a field to go in the future. How might the study support you in your career development? And maybe how is Germany also inviting you as a skilled then immigrant to maybe find a route within the career path that you're looking for? As I mentioned, we have very small class sizes, taught very entirely in English. It's only 3 semesters. Some actually do their 3rd semester, master semester, anywhere in Europe. Some go even back to their country as they're working on a specific project, but most stay in Germany. It starts only in the winter semester. So the next start will be in October. And right now it's a good time to be on this webinar. The application deadline is the 28th of February. So therefore you can apply to us now, and you'll be in contact with me. Please feel free to ask any questions around the application, about maybe the living here. You've heard a lot from the other presentations, how Germany is like in different areas. And therefore, here's the contact details. You can just scan it in now, or just contact us also directly to get more information if required. One last but not least, I think I've got a few minutes, is you are in a stage right now with work experience, maybe looking into a master, have a bachelor's degree already, or you have already a master. And now's the decision of, okay, 1.5 years, what am I going to do afterwards? So many questions come around the career path. What can I do with an MBA and engineering degree? So you could work in the life science industry, and pharma, biotech, medtech, also in healthcare. We had nurses, we had doctors coming to our program, supporting agencies. If you want to go into marketing as an example, or as a consultant, working as a consultant, this could be also an area. And research institutes, we have two of our alumni working with the European Union and in governmental bodies where they are consulting on different projects. So it's a wide variety where you can go into management positions. Multinationals, I think everyone knows the multinationals and wants to go into them, but you should not see them solely. It's interesting to be a specialist within a multinational company, but Germany also offers a very strong international small to medium enterprises. I've just named a few within the area in Germany. I think coming from Asia or other countries, or also the UAE, they were asking, oh, there's a lot of companies which don't seem so big. And we're like saying, yes, it's a very startup and SME orientated country where you can not only start your career maybe in a different area or function that you've been to before, but also it opens up compared to multinationals a brighter variety of functions. As being in a smaller company, you have less hierarchy, sometimes family orientated, and a lot of alumni also from our program, they stay there and then they maybe have their family here in Germany and they stay there for 10, 15 years afterwards. So I think to broaden your mind and open it a little bit further, I'm mentioning just here that we have a strong middle class SME area. Startups, again, we've got quite a few startups in our program, not only throughout the program, but they actually come here with a business idea. They want to find like-minded professionals to start up a business, already have a business, and they want to maybe grow their business in other areas that they have not been into. And this is a nice platform, as also in Berlin and also our university offers funds, offers support, seminars, especially also in that field. And functions. What am I going to do in the future? So if it's a regulatory affairs, if it's a business development manager, implementation project, I think there's so many functions that you might not heard of. I had some Indian students saying, usually when we study biotech, biology, chemistry, either you go into professorship or you go into a company and you stay in the lab. So this is the two areas that we've been taught, but actually the variety is so much more. So therefore, I'd like to ask you just to browse different areas also when you study and do internships, do student work, which you can do alongside your studies, project work with companies, just to maybe test out areas that you have not looked into beforehand. So I've been talking a lot and maybe there's a few questions. Thank you very much for listening. It's been already quite a few presentations and I will just stop sharing. Please feel free to contact me as well.
Thank you very much, Katja. A great presentation. And thank you everybody for already taking your time and answering questions in Q&A. This is nice for also attendees as they get first-hand information from you. And I thank you from their behalf as well for your time and contribution always. Wonderful. So let's take some questions, and in case, dear guests, you want to emphasize anything else or you want to provide some additional suggestions, advices, feel free to always just unmute yourself and start talking. I want to mention, dear attendees, that Professor Dr. Nolte already left the webinar, but he answered all the program or all the questions that came into during his presentation. So in case you still have any questions for him, feel free to contact them directly, him directly, or the program representatives. Now, I will start with the one that came for Katja, because she had less time for the questions that came in. So the first one was about the accommodation, as you thought would be an issue, if you have any support in this regard. And the second question for you is about the how you rank students. If somebody has 1 year of work experience, another one 3 years, does it make a big difference? And do you limit it?
Yeah, it's very valuable questions. Thank you very much for asking them. Well, with regards to accommodation, as any capital in Europe, if it's Paris, London, anywhere, it's really tough to find accommodation. I can tell you that. Nevertheless, we are a university city as well. So there is such thing as called 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘵𝘳𝘳𝘓𝑚𝑏𝑒𝑟g. And with your acceptance documents, you put yourself on the waiting list and they still have affordable accommodation. But it can take up to 1 semester for you to actually receive accommodation in different areas of Berlin. So this is definitely a way to go. The university itself does not have accommodation, but we offer a generous handbook with all the links where you can get student accommodation, where you can get WGs, Wohngemeinschaften, where you can live with other students together on a private basis, or you just contact alumni. 3rd semester is going away, so you can always contact them for accommodation, at least for the 1st semester. So this is a good starting point. The second question with regards to scoring, I think it's talking to me and seeing when you have passed all the minimum requirements as an academic level, at least the bachelor, that you have English sufficient knowledge, that you have work experience of minimum 1 year. Then it comes to your letter of motivation. Why do you want to study this program? Then we will have a call and we discuss your career. What we're seeking for is really individuals that have an entrepreneurial mindset, who want to go into a management position and are very active and motivated in what they're doing. So we are getting 25 business-orientated people together from different backgrounds. We have 45 aged, 20-year experienced within different companies. We have startup people. We have people who are 25 years old coming with a very fresh mind, maybe from a different angle. So we are mixing them together to create a basis which is quite different, diverse. Gender is half and half. When it comes to academic basis, we have a bit more than 1/3 bachelors, then masters mostly, and around 3 or 4 PhDs with us. So you can see we allow a lot of diversity because we believe this is where innovation also grows. I hope this helps.
Definitely. I think it was a very good and comprehensive answer. Thank you very much for that. Then I mark them as done. And then I would like to ask Professor for the wrap up of the questions, because he answered all of them in the Q&A. But maybe you could voice for the bachelors. It's a big transfer from high school living style to university, and many. I saw a few questions that do you provide any additional support? Is my high school knowledge enough? Maybe some people also want to have some prep courses. So what is the general experience? How is it tough the 1st semester? And just any advice that you could provide? Thank you.
So usually I would say that the students come along quite well with their high school level, because of course it's a bachelor and a master program. So of course we know that also the German students sometimes have some lacks in knowledge which they have to catch up. So usually this works out quite well. If there are problems, we also organize tutor groups where sometimes students from higher semesters somehow coach students which need some support. But this is depending on the needs. In most cases, my experience is that students come along quite well with their high school knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Now a question for Offenburg, and I see Professor Zell wants to answer this live. And the question is, what specific topics within bioeconomics and sustainability are emphasized in the program, particularly in relation to the environment and nutrition? Question for Offenburg.
Yeah, the nutrition is especially a topic at the University of 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨 in Olsztyn, but I can tell you a lot of things about bioeconomy at Offenburg University. We offer, for example, subjects like this is my field of research, for example, biological methylation projects. This means we convert hydrogen and carbon dioxide into methane with a microbial community. And we have developed different bioreactors for that. This is, for example, one topic, but we have also a lot of enzyme technologies where we use bio-waste as a basis for the production of different valuable products. And what else? We have the production of bioethanol or biogas in special. Let me think about it. We have also topics in molecular biotechnology where we are using genetically engineered microbes for the production, partly production of enzymes, but also of different products from cellulosic materials. What else? Maybe if you need more information, maybe we can I can send you some more if you like that. So
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor, for the answer. And dear attendees, you see how friendly these people are. So first of all, the first advice for everybody will be to checking carefully the program pages, because they, of course, include all the information, comprehensive information, contact data. All of them have already provided also their personal contact data as well. So, yeah, as a student, when I was also applying, I was hesitant to ask because I never thought they would answer it. But you see how actually I was wrong, and you see right now today as well that they even attend a webinar for you to welcome you already partially and then share the program insights. So don't hesitate reaching out in case you don't find the answer on the page, because most of the information is already there: curriculum, syllabi, or not syllabi, but like all the different things. And now I see already 3 times or so question about the deadlines. So I will just read out all the program deadlines that were presented today. And then I again see questions about the application documents. So application documents were mentioned separately, but again, if you click on program links, for example, on our page, we have a section that lists all application documents, and you can check that there, or I will send them separately for all program on Monday if you wish, because I don't want to repeat it right now for each program separately, as it was already mentioned or part of the presentations. Now for the deadlines. So University of Oldenburg, and we differentiated already with Offenburg. So with University of Oldenburg, the deadline is 15th of June. 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘵 has application deadline 15th of July. Then we have Offenburg University of Applied Sciences. The application is 31st of March. Please note this because it's the earliest right now in a row. And the earliest deadline at all has HTW Berlin with the application deadline 28th of February. All the programs except of Oldenburg have direct application, which means that you need to apply from the university system. So make sure you familiarize yourself with that. Oldenburg program has application via UniAssist. I already noted it in the Q&A. So if you need more details about UniAssist, you can either check that out yourself or attend a webinar. We have one on UniAssist, or read out the article.